Welcome to Hall Pass Sessions. This is your all-access Hall Pass to what the legends of the game are talking about. Legends from the Hall of Fame, the PBA, the PWBA, and the best that youth bowling has to offer. Hall Pass Sessions, complete with positive thoughts and a tip or two to help. And of course, legends to host. Now, here's Hall of Famers Carolyn Doran Ballard and Leanne Barrett Hulsenberg. This is Hall Pass Sessions.
So last week I was clapping away, people. We were welcome you into our Hall Pass. This is the life of travel. I am at Applebee's in Mount Pleasant, Texas. Got caught in a huge thunderstorm trying to drive back from Nashville, and we got pushed back about 2 hours. So just so I don't miss Hall Pass, I am sitting here in this lovely Applebee's that they put me in the corner so that I could do the podcast. But we've got a lot to talk about. I want to bring in my partner in crime, Leanne Hulsenberg, who I hope is feeling much better today. Leanne, are you feeling better?
I'm feeling much better than last week. Thank you.
I know, but you still sound a little sick. Are you sure?
I had the COVID throat.
Oh, no. Well, I'm glad you say you're on the mend because we have a lot to talk about on this show. And we have someone that's going to talk a lot with us. But let's start out with bowling in general as we get older. Now, everyone talks about the PBA Tour, but has anybody been watching the PBA 60? Oh my God, anybody who has not been following the PBA 60 is missing something spectacular. We have our most recent champion who won the whole thing last week, global staffer Jack Jurek. I spoke to him a little bit via text, and he is not bowling next week. He's going home to run his pro shops, but it was just wonderful to listen to somebody who hasn't won in a while just speak from the heart of, hey, I haven't been bowling well for 2 years, and I really was giving up on myself and just figured, you know what, I'm going to come back out here, and boom, he wins the whole thing. Leanne, I know you know Jack, but he looks the same.
He does look the same, and he's like a classic style. Like he's so like textbook, fundamentally, but he's one of the nicest guys out there. So I think everyone was happy to see him win. It was a great show, but I think everyone was happy to see.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, it goes back to, and especially on the PBA 60, obviously classic styles probably will still be able to compete because you don't have the influx of two-handed bowling yet, really on this, especially the PBA 50. You only see a couple of guys on the that's PBA 60. On the PBA 50, you do have a couple of them trying the two-handed style. Mm-hmm. But this last show, Jack Amoletto, PDW, I mean, oh my God. And then we have John Burkett winning the week before and Parker Bone winning the first week. Amoletto made all three shows, I believe. Mm-hmm. I mean, the titles amongst that group of players, well over 100.
It's like the old days when we used to watch Wide World of Sports and on Saturday afternoons. But those three guys are like the three nice guys, right? Everyone loves Parker. Everyone loves Berkey, and they're all happy for him. I mean, that was only his first. He has one other title, so for him to win again and on the PBA 60, that was pretty exciting for him too. But Parker just keeps on winning, so
I know, it's unbelievable, and none of them look any different. They mm-hmm. look as strong as they did 30 years ago. Now Burkett, of course, was pitching, but the other ones look just like they did 30 years ago. I think it's pretty awesome. Um, I would encourage everyone to, yes, watch the PBA, but you really want to take a good look at the PBA 50, which is turning into its own mighty tour with Tom Doherty and a whole influx of new bowlers. And this PBA 60 just keeps getting stronger. So I encourage everybody to take a look at their shows when they're on TV. But rolling out of bowling, last week, Leanne, big week in the bowling industry. Why don't you announce what happened last week?
Well, it was Big Bowl Expo. It's the biggest bowling convention. It was in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, which it's not often in the Northeast. So I think it was the first time in a while that it's been up in the Northeast. It's normally in Las Vegas, Florida, Texas, like Denver, last couple.
Mm-hmm.
But having it in the Northeast must have been good for a lot of the people who live up there. And I heard the hotel was beautiful, a little intimidating because there was Secret Service people there, so that was kind of weird. There was some foreign dignitaries there and stuff, and there was a Christian convention or something, so there was a lot of Secret Service, which all the people I work with were like, it was a little bit, freaky to have all that. It was right on the Potomac River, so there was Secret
Mm-hmm.
Service boats behind the resort. But the Storm team killed it. Like they were so busy and they planned things out perfectly and they had lots of excitement and we had some new people there and had a cool giveaway for a brand new bowling ball that no one's ever gotten.
Yeah.
And they had a good plan on the first day of the trade show with all these exciting announcements, which Gary's going to talk about. But
Mm-hmm.
they're really happy with how everything turned out at Bowl Expo.
Well, Washington is one of the best cities you can, I mean, Washington, D.C., anybody who gets the opportunity to visit that city needs to, because there's so
Agreed.
much to do, so much history, and it really does bring you back to the roots of who we are as a people and as a country. But let's bring in, without further ado, because I know he's just getting antsy to get on here and talk with us, Leanne, Gary Hulsenberg, the Vice President of Marketing, who's going to tell us all about this great week. Hey, Gary, how are you?
Hello, ladies.
We're
Hello,
doing great, Gary. How about you?
LFWs. Hey, does everyone know LFW? Do you guys know the little hashtag LFW? Anyone
I don't
watching
know.
today?
I think we've talked about it a little bit, but we can always
I'll do
refresh
it.
everybody's
Like
memory. Let's see if
fine
somebody comes
wine.
in the chat.
Like fine wine.
Like
LFW, like fine
like
wine.
fine wine.
Also
You
known
Like
feel
as
free to
OLD.
exactly. Um, Gary, you were a part of a huge week last week with Bowl Expo. It's one of the biggest weeks in our industry where everybody comes together. One thing I've always loved about Bowl Expo is at Bowl Expo, no matter whether you're a proprietor, a bowler, if you're with one company or another company, everybody comes together to try to figure out how to make bowling better than it already is, right? And you guys knocked it out of the park this year. And let's get right into it. You had 5 big announcements at Bowl Expo, and I'd like to talk a little bit about each one because everyone has its own identity to being fabulous. What was number 5, Gary?
uh, Thank you. Number 5 was a collaboration with Jason Belmonte that we launched. It was new identity ball. It's a fun way for us to do something different, right? We're doing this with Belmo. The sneaker culture is a real thing, and Belmo loves his Nike drops. And we met with Nike, and we had our Nike guy in our first drop video a few months ago. Um, but we did it again at Bowl Expo, and it was like sold out in the first day. Like, I don't know. You can still get them in pro shops. Like, go to the pro shop and get them. But we supply distributors who then supply pro shops, and then
Correct.
consumers go into those pro shops and purchase whatever products they want. And distributors were sold out on day one. and all the pro shops have the inventory. So if you want this cool new colorway, Midnight Cherry, there's limited supply of them out there. Go find one in your VIP pro shop. Hopefully, they still have some left. I'm not sure if they do.
Okay, I won't give us a shameless plug, but we're a VIP pro shop, but I'm just saying. Anyway, Leanne, what about you? How about number 4? What was
What
it
order
called?
are we
And
going
Gary
in?
can
I think number
explain.
4.
I'll go through the top 5, and so 5 was identity. I'll run through the next 4. But
Okay.
before I do this, and you talk about on this show all the time, which I love, and I love that you are committed to preserving the history of this great game and the people that play it. And we lost someone really important to us, Brian Dennis, this week, and it was sudden. And he just finished
Yes.
second 3 weeks ago. And I was just at Bowl
Yes.
Expo with his wife, and my heart, my prayers, and all of us from Storm to Renee and the family, we send our prayers. So remembering Brian Dennis on this show today.
Yes, very much a great man. Touched a lot of people out there, out on the PBA 50 tour in a very short period of time.
So, and then we'll get back to our 4. Our 4 was we are committed to servicing our industry partners and our consumers that choose to buy things off our website. Like, we have some crazy fun items like upside down logo hats are new right now. I don't know what that means, but it's a thing, I guess, in the world. So we had a shift in we've always had a great customer service team. We have an enhanced focus on the experience that everyone gets when they interact with Storm. And so we've launched a new invigorated customer experience department, and we are proud of the team that works there. They do an amazing job. If you go to stormbowling.com, go to our website, you can read all about the girls
Mm-hmm.
that work at that department, and Corbett that helps oversee that. And it's all about servicing you and our pro shops and our staff and our colleges and our distributors better. And we are so committed to it, and I'm so excited about that announcement was number 4.
Okay.
Can I get into
And
3? Can I go to 3?
yeah, and
Can I just
I got to
roll
tell you. Well, I have to tell you though, I do agree with your
Yeah.
customer service, and I'm not going to mention people by name because I don't want to leave anybody out. But I've talked to several people over the years just to take care of something, I need an order or whatever it be because I get scatterbrained. Not one person has ever raised their voice, told me I was a pain, which I am. I mean, they could not have been nicer or led me in the right direction as to how I could get what I needed accomplished. So hats off to our team of customer service reps at Team Storm. Number 3, Gar, hit it.
Number 3, listen, there's some new products on the horizon, right? We announced a couple of the balls early. They're not coming out till August, but on the global side, we are so pumped. We have 2 balls coming out that have a new weight block, new cover stocks. One is called the Cove,
Right?
like a cove,
Oh,
and the other is Ember, and it's like water and fire. And the Cove is going to pick up sooner and be great on fresh conditions, and the Ember is just a tank. As soon as the transition occurs, it will get through the fronts easy and strong on the back end. And so this is a 1-2 punch, and we never launch balls like this together. Why this is
right.
so important is because now, listen, you've got one symmetric weight block, right? And some of our genius designed these weight blocks. Hank and Alex, these guys are brilliant. And the weight block is designed to play well for any style bowler. So if your ball speed is lower, if your ball speed is higher, if your rev rate is higher and your rev rate is a little less, these symmetric design weight blocks are going to roll good for you. And now you wrap a stronger cover on the Cove, and you've got your fresh oil ball. And then as soon as it just becomes a little too soon and you need something to get down the lane a little easier, pick the red one up, pick up the Ember, and go lights out. It's so simple. It's so easy. that's Global's commitment to our bowlers that like our brand is, listen, we want to make bowling is so complicated. There's so many variables. People don't even understand how crazy complex it is. I mean, you two do because you're in the Hall of Fame, and our viewers do because they play. But man, I'm telling you, if we can make it simpler for you to go out and bowl better scores and enjoy your game, that's what Global's about. That's how it's positioned, and I'm so pumped for August to come around with that.
And you know what? That's so fitting that you say that right after having Chris Barnes on the show, because one of the things he emphasized was going home, and he's a member of the Global staff, going home and kind of revamping and going back to what he did well, what equipment he liked, what look he liked to see, what he could produce. So again, trying to go back to making it simple and then filling in those gaps along the line. And Leanne and I, obviously on staff together for many years, know how complicated it can get. So making it more simple is excellent. Okay, number 2. And Leanne, I'm going to let you take this
I got one more shout out for a product, though. One more shout out for a product. If you haven't met Ion Pro Solid, this beautiful solid blue ball, I'm telling you, this is a bigger ball. It bigger in the sense that you're going to a little bit stronger. I'm saying, but it comes polished, so it gets through the fronts really easy. This ball, from our staff perspective, has been like, this ball's a home run. Don't sleep on it. It rolls. It's the Ion legacy. We had Ion Pro to start. We had Ion Max, which is still, if you're looking for an oil ball right now, you get Ion Max. If you want your overall control ball, pick up the Ion Pro in a Storm VIP Pro Shop, because that ball rolls good on everything. Ion Max is the maxed out version. And now enter in this Ion Pro Solid, which is it is actually clean in the front and strong down lane, and it just is doing damage to pins. So I don't want to oversell it. It's just fantastic.
No. Do you know what I like about it? The cover change. Like, it comes shiny, but it still picks up in the middle part of the lane. But you can change the surface, put 2,000 on it or 1,000, and it still gets through the front a little easier than I thought it would be, and still has kind of a bang for the old buck on the back, is what you could say. Leanne, what do you think? Have you thrown it?
I do. I really like it. I like the Ion line.
I can see you liking that one. Yeah.
I really like the Ion Solid very much. I've always thought, as a bowler, that Storm puts together arsenals when they release balls, and they're so helpful to bowlers because they make it easy to add balls to your bag and where to put them. Like, it's not confusing. They don't come out with, it's like they make balls for a purpose and, a spot in people's bags. Yeah. And I've always appreciated that as a bowler.
Yep. Now, Gary, before we get to number 2 and number 1. Wait a minute.
I got before we get to last one.
Okay, because I was going to say, before 2 and 1, let's do a commercial. So,
okay, but I'm still on 3.
You forgot about the character ball. You forgot about the guy who's going to get you.
This is why
I'm putting. I'm wearing my jersey, my Schlem jersey, Roto Schlem. We have launched Gremlin. Gremlin has been announced to the world, and I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Asia got it first because they get everything cool first, and the reports from Asia are unbelievable. This ball's fantastic, and it is in a price point that is less than the super high performance balls. So you're going to pay less, but you're getting more bang for your buck. It's a beautiful deep purple, and you're going to see a ton of fun storytelling coming with the Gremlin because he's a cute little guy.
I'm drilling mine, and here's the other thing: stay away from the water. Stay away from the water.
Don't go in the water.
Gremlin, stay away from the water.
Don't go in. Go to your commercial. I'll be back with the top 2.
Blair, let's go to commercial before we get.
What a cute little guy.
Oh my God,
He's
and
so fun.
Schlembeck on the lane. Okay,
Yep, he's
number
so
Slung
two,
fun.
back on
Gary.
the lane.
This is this is the one I'm wow. Just go ahead, hit us with number two.
It's my
Yeah, so
favorite.
I've always been excited to share with anyone who ever has purchased a Storm product in their life. So thank you forever. Even if you're not our biggest supporter, if you just dabble with Storm, but you like another brand or you buy their products, all good with us. We love you. Thank you for your support. Every time you buy something Storm, I say, listen, you guys, we're just a family owned business and we always like to give back, and that comes from Bill and Barb Chrisman, right? That's who started it. They've done more for this industry and this game and sport than any two people like I think ever. I really do. And so at Bowl Expo, uh, Barb brought a little check to help preserve the history of the game that they're so passionate about. It was $100,000 donation, and this goes to preserve. And so, like I say to people, when you buy Storm, we're doing something good with this money. We're donating it to charity too, right? We're trying to help other people in bowling or outside of bowling or whatever, but preserving our history is so important. And I'm looking at the screen right now, and I'm on this call with you two ladies that, quite frankly, no offense to the other ladies out there, but man, uh, you are the greatest players in the sports history. And I'm sitting here in an Applebee's and in a COVID apartment with Leanne, and I'm looking at you guys thinking, if we don't tell your story and we don't preserve the story and the history of what you guys accomplished in your careers and how great bowling is, no one's going to care in a few years. No one's going to remember it. And that would be a shame and be sad. So thank you to Barb for the big donation to just help keep preserving and keeping our history alive.
Barb's the best.
I I can't be. I got to tell you, I got chills with that one when I had watched it on the live stream. Um, I'm as you both are. We're all sports people. We love football. We love baseball. We love bowling, and I get I get chills thinking about it. I love listening to the stories of the past of even the other sports. I love listening to Chris Everett and Martina and John McEnroe and Jimmy Connors and yeah, all of them. Just to where did they come from and what made them want to be great and all the golfers that are coming up. And I agree with you, Gary. You always say it. It's such a strong line to say. There is always a story to be told. And sometimes the story has some bad parts and some good parts, but it's the end result of where all these people wound up that make it such a special story. And I think we need to tell more stories in bowling from all aspects because I think if anybody who wants to be a pro bowler or be the best in the world, I would think your goal is to be in the Hall of Fame, whether it's local or national. Would you agree with that, Leanne?
I do. And shout out to another Hall of Famer, Tish Johnson, who said hi in the chat.
I
And
was just
Hi,
gonna say,
Tish.
Tish just joined, and he talk about this is it. Like now, I've got Applebee's, COVID Leanne, and Tish Johnson,
Tish in the chat.
Colorado.
absolute legend.
Yep. Can't get any better than
That's
that.
awesome.
That's great.
Exactly. Okay, Gary. And then the number one announcement. I think this is going to make Storm even stronger in so many different areas.
Oh, this is a big one. So this has been a project been working on for a long time, and we have someone in our building, and his name is Hank Boomershine. And if you work in our industry, you know that Hank Boomershine is the guy that makes the magic happen with our state of the art bowling balls for history. Like I'm talking, he's been here a long time. He's developed. If you name a Storm or Rotogrip or 900 Global Ball that you have loved and bowled good with, the designer of the tech in that ball most likely is Hank Boomershine. And he's got a team, and his team is wicked good with Alex Hoskins and others, Gio and Steve Klemkin and Chad McClain and everyone working together. But the announcement that was dropped, and the number one thing, and this is for anyone, I don't care how much you bowl, I don't care if you work in a pro shop, I don't care if you work in a distributorship, or if you're a league bowler or a tournament bowler or a recreational bowler. We have made a $5 million commitment to something we are calling innovation. And innovation for us, we are the innovator company, right? This is what we do. But think about it now. Hank has had so many hats and so many responsibilities in growing Storm over the years. Now it's like, hey, Hank, you're the best over here at doing this thing, and go get with your team, and we're going to support it with a bunch of money earmarked to what's next in our sport. And you turn Hank Boomershine loose and let him play in a sandbox of lots of innovative toys and things. The dude is going to make some crazy sick stuff come to life very quickly, because they work on projects. I don't know if people know, a bowling ball, like a high performance bowling ball, it will take up to 2 years in the R&Ds, all the testing, all the iterations that happen before. And then what Leanne said, and this is where Steve Clemton is so amazing. Steve's not he's our VP of product development. So we got this whole innovation team, then we got this product development team. And Steve, as being a Hall of Fame bowler himself, he doesn't just put a ball out there to replace another ball. He puts a ball out there that's going to fit in, just like Leanne said. What is going to fit between, so that our bowlers that choose Storm have a complete arsenal from top to bottom. So this is the thing I'm most excited about, right? We are dedicated to bringing bowlers what is next. And Hank is going to lead all that, and he's the best in the world to do that. And so that's going to make Storm, I just think, way better. We've been good. So, go ahead.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm sure you can clarify this for me, confirm. When Hank first came to Storm, he was the brand manager for Rotogrip and put Rotogrip back on the map, correct?
100%. Anyone hear of a ball called the Cell? The Cell. Correct. That weight block is all Hank.
Yes, and I remember sitting numerous times, and he's just drawing on a napkin. Like, what the? Like, who does that? So I think that's crazy good.
It's good for bowling.
It's good for bowling is correct. And again, it doesn't, I know we're all competitors, and I know everybody's out to make the most money and be number one. But if we all continue to grow in our certain areas, bowling can only get stronger. And these things, these 5 things that you just are 5 totally different directions that I think not only makes the company stronger, but makes the industry stronger as a whole, because we learn from each other.
Yeah. And I'm anxious to hear what Leanne has to say about it too. I do want to, there is a 6th thing. And then this is always, when I go on a podcast, I always bring one little thing that no one knows about.
Just tricking us. Yeah.
So, and you might have noticed we had a soft launch of this topic. I would suggest, or studies would indicate, that about 50% of our bowlers that really bowl seriously are in our age group. They're above 50 years old of age. And so we were talking about this at Storm for the last few years. And we were thinking, man, we launched Storm Youth, and that was a whole initiative in 2017. And since then, we've given hundreds of thousands of dollars to charity and $1 million in scholarships to kids to go to college. It's been fantastic. And everyone's welcome. When we first started, it was cute because kids and parents would go, well, I use Brunswick. Can I still bowl in the Storm Youth Championships? And we were like, heck yeah, come on over, right? Like it was really cool. Storm Senior is going to be that for anyone over 50. And I'm going to tell you, and I love, if I was younger and I could bowl with two hands, I would 100% do it because I think it's exciting and I think it's powerful. And I wish I could do it, but I can't. And so when I watch videos of our kids sliding in the left gutter with a 500 rev rate and 20 miles an hour and throwing it to the right gutter and hooking it back and throwing pins everywhere, it's not relatable to my style of bowling at this point in my life. I'm a down and in guy. I'm a senior guy. I've dropped to 14 pounds. Like, things happen, right? So we have created a pool of talented 50-plus-year-olds, and all three of us that are on this screen right now, we're all in Storm Senior, going to be helping coach. Del Ballard is coming in. He's in there.
I'm changing my position.
And Del's in there.
Yeah, I'm super excited about that. I'll tell you why, too, because I think it's a lost art I think sometimes we always forget, like you touched on, did something for youth and we do something for college and then we get bowlers involved. This is a sport that you can do to the day you leave this planet. I mean, you can be 102 and bowl. And I think we have forgotten that a lot of that group that you spoke about, Gary, are our diehards. They are the people that still buy bowling balls, still come out and actually bowl more than one league.
And listen, we're developing content as we speak for anyone over the age of 50. It's free. Go to our website. We have a whole Storm Senior page with the Hall of Famer Bo Gergen is currently the banner, they call it, on the top of the page. But we've got contributors from our Hall of Fame staff, like you ladies. We're just going to keep giving you information about how to bowl when you're over 50. That's all. And if you like that sort of thing, please join us because we're doing it for you. And next year, we're going to launch our own Storm Senior bowling tournaments. And it might look different than a normal tournament because, heck, we might go and have a wine tasting when we're done bowling at the end of the day. Who knows what we'll do? We'll do something.
Why do we have to wait till we're done bowling?
We might not have to, Carolyn. We're going to break the rules. We're going to do some things different.
Especially if it's only 3 games. I'm not hoping this isn't a 9-game format, but I'm just saying.
No. Carolyn, we're going to make it senior friendly, and we're going to have a lot of fun.
So many exciting things. Leanne, what's your favorite thing we've talked about tonight?
I love the charity. I love preserving our Hall of Fame, and I always love when Storm is able to make an impact on bowling. And the Chrismans have always been the most generous couple that I know. And Barb is continuing with Bill's legacy. And I like it because it's not just Bill and Barb. It's Storm Nation. It's all of us who contribute, who buy Storm products, who buy the charity balls and all that. So it's on behalf of the bowling world. We give back to the bowling world. So it's really like a full circle type donation. And I'm also excited for Storm Senior because I think the seniors often get overlooked. And just because they're older, I think they still want to bowl good. I think they still love to improve or, try to have their best series ever or learn something. So I think we have a lot of people who can help the Storm Senior group of people, and it'll be a fun project to work on.
I look forward to it. I text Gary and I said, I have a couple ideas. I think I might shoot a couple of videos on Friday and send them to you.
Please do. Shoot them. Bring it in.
But this was fantastic. A lot of information, a lot of great things going on in bowling. We do have Junior Gold coming up as well as the Youth Open Championship prior to Junior Gold. A lot of young talent out there. Some of the players, it'll be their last Open Championship before they head to college. So good luck to all of the youth going out there to try to grab some of that smart money. And I look forward to our next couple weeks.
Hey, is my session done? I was on the clock. I'm going to leave the show, and you guys have to finish it up.
All right. See you later.
Okay, get out. All right. Thank you, Gary.
Thanks for being our guest.
Oh,
He's
but
still at work too.
before I do, I'm telling you on the front side because all of your loyal listeners of Hall Pass, and I think it's great. So thank you guys for doing the show. I'm giving you an inside scoop as I leave this podcast. Uh, we had 250 bowling balls that we gave away, and it was a big promotion at Bowl Expo. And you could only get it. It was a red, white, and blue Ion Pro Solid. There's 250 in the world. We took the 250th one and brought it home with us, and we're going to run a social contest, which may or may not have started today or tomorrow, and it will
Okay.
go through the end of the month. And all you have to do, it's not, it'll be a random draw. Someone's going to get the final 250th ball. All you have to
Okay.
do is type in the comment section any name of a bowling ball you think we should make in the future. It just
Ooh.
Hey, whatever you've dreamt up in the past, like I wish they named a bowling ball this, then type that in and you will be entered to win the random draw. You have all month. You can play several times.
Okay.
And you will get the final of 250, which to me, that is a big deal. We don't do 250 balls.
That's huge.
We do a lot of bowling balls. We do a lot, not 250. So anyway, I'm going to leave this show
Awesome.
now. Thank you, producer Blair. Thank you, ladies. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Gary. Oh, he's so funny.
He was loaded with info.
Yes, and I already know what I'm going to type in my comment section, but I'm not going to tell you right now. I'm going to keep it to myself and send it in.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Yes.
I'm going to Green Bay tomorrow. I'm going to do a couple days at Junior Gold, and I'm going to go watch the PWBA. So who's your pick to win the PWBA Anniversary Open?
Ooh, that's oh my gosh. I don't know. I still keep putting Stephanie Johnson up there because I think she's just man. She's got such grit. She's one of them. I would probably tend to guess would be up there at the top. Jordan has a hot hand right now. Gosh, I think there's a couple outliers too. I don't know. What about you? Who's your pick?
I'm going for Kelly Kulick.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I don't know how much practicing she did, but I do know she's been at the ITRC for probably close to 2 weeks with Junior Team USA. So I know she's got the inspiration.
Yep.
And I think she bowls good at Ashwaubenon. So I'm going to go with old friend Kelly Kulick, who's not old.
And she also sometimes, and let me tell you about Kelly too, I think with a little bit of a break when she's not physically actually throwing the ball, she's more fresh. And I think that's going to count this week. So I like your pick. It'll be interesting. We'll be posting as to who's making it and who's not. So that's a great question. I'd love to hear everybody's idea on that. That's awesome. Okay. Cool. All right.
It's going to be an exciting show because they're having the finals of the tournament in the Junior Gold opening ceremony. So it's going to be kind of an arena setting, which will be very exciting. They don't often have those. So it'll be fun to watch. Everyone tune in.
Very interesting to watch, actually. That's a show I definitely won't miss. So next week, we're going to talk nothing but how to make bowling better than it already is. So how do you have any ideas right now, or do you? No, you know what? Don't say any ideas.
I'm saving I have one very strong idea, and I will save it for next week. It's very generic, but it's something we just have to keep saying over and over and over. But you and I are going to collab, and we're going to have 5 super suggestions to make bowling better.
Okay, so then let's do one positive vibe.
Positive vibe. Let's see here. I think bowlers are some of the most dedicated people ever. Hence
Ooh, I like
you
that.
sitting in an Applebee's doing your podcast when you could have easily just been driving home. But I think we're just so dedicated. We love bowling and we
Yeah.
just keep giving to it because some of us, like you and I, are so grateful for everything bowling's given to
Hmm.
us. So in turn, we
Yeah.
want to give back to the sport. And I think the sport would be better. This is not next week, but this week would be better if we all tried to give back a little more and erase a little bit of negative.
Ooh, I like that. Boy, that was, you know what? We're going to end on that one. That was perfect. It was a perfect ending. Um, we all need to just give back just a little bit,
Just a
um,
little.
because everything grows off of one step to the next
Hmm.
step to the next step, and that those steps get higher and higher and bring us to where we want to be. So I
Great.
like that ending. That was perfect. All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Leanne. Everybody,
Yep.
thanks for watching Hall Pass. Leanne, I'm glad you're feeling better, but be careful out there next week.
Yeah.
Take care of
And
yourself.
you
And
guys get home safe.
we will, and we will see you next week on Hall
You next week.
Pass.
Okay.